Hello and good evening. My name is Kobe Spikey Nkrumah. You're tuned in to Joy 99.7 FM, and this is Geek Squad. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I want it to sound like the fill-out. Geek Squad.
Geek Squad.
Today is the last Tuesday of the month, and as tradition goes, we will be doing our Q&A session where our listeners, our followers, can send us their tech-related questions, and our Geek Squad in the studio will respond to them, as best as we can. Please don't send us illegal questions like how can I hack a bank or stuff like that. We can't help you. I'm sorry. Not that we can't. We won't even help you. So, as usual, with me in the studio is Kweku and Nancy. Today we have two Kwekus.
Yeah.
Kweku and Nancy 1.
Interesting.
It's not Kweku and Nancy 2. I'll leave him to introduce himself. He's a big man, though. And then Winston.
What up?
And PP Box, Positive Pandora's Box.
As usual.
Positive Pandora's Box.
It's positive.
And Kweku Cheofori. When we get back, Kweku, you will introduce yourself to our audience. Right now, I have to, give some shout outs to my sponsors. Geek Squad is brought to you by Safe Doctor. Safe Doctor with a K. Download Safe Doctor app now from the Google Play Store. Safe Doctor, the future of better medical care.
Hello, emergency service. I need an ambulance. It's an emergency.
We are sorry. One is not available now.
How do I get one now? My wife is in pain, oh.
Easy. Easy. Like 1, 2, 3. Pick your phone. Download the Call Angels app from your Play Store or App Store.
Okay, I've downloaded it.
Install it and log on now.
I have logged on and it's really easy to use. Wow, an ambulance is here already.
In addition to knowing your cost before booking the service, you can add your home address and relatives' contacts to ensure a quicker response. Do not wait till an emergency. Download the app now. Ambulance owners and drivers can also register with Call Angels to put your ambulance in the center of your community and generate extra income. For further information, call or WhatsApp Call Angels on 0547 205 247.
Call Angels!
The angels are waiting on you. Download the app and connect with us in any medical emergency.
Our service is now available in Accra and Tema.
Geek Squad. And we're back. Kweku Anansi is known. So we need to have it's like everyone has an identity. Winston, your name is just unique. So, yeah. So Kweku, you need an identity. How do we identify you?
KKO.
I mean, K. So
that's dope. Like knockout.
K. I was just about to say that K knockout. So KKO. So KKO, tell us about you.
So actually, my name is Kweku Chei Ofori. I'm the acting Deputy Director General for NITA, which is National Information Technology Agency. But today we're not here to talk about NITA. We're just here to talk about technology. My background is in undergrad studies in networking technology with a minor in business from Central Connecticut State University out in Connecticut State. And then I hold a master's degree in technology management from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. I've also done some consulting for in the U.S. for Accenture and also some federal contracts as well for the U.S. government. So here I'm working under the Ministry of Communications as a Deputy Director General for NITA and also assisting with some of the technology advancements in the country.
Great. I told you he was a big man.
I'm a simple man.
Big, simple man. He's sitting with us and he doesn't look like a big man. Actually, a man's a big man. So, before our questions start coming in, we're going to talk about what's trending in the tech world. Winston, please do not do this. I know what's bugging you, but we're not going to do that. We're done with that last episode.
I'm cool.
Last two episodes.
So, Kwekuche, are you an iOS or Android guy?
Wow, I just got asked that question, right? Yes. I've had both devices, great experiences with both. I just switched to an Android, Samsung S9. My reason was basically for space. iPhone was just killing me with space. I had to struggle with space, and that's why I got an S9, got an extra SD card, and I think life is fun.
Life is easy.
That's
so
easy.
you see, at the end of the day, it's just to whom, whatever you want.
What it fits.
It's just, whatever your choice is.
To suit your needs.
Yeah.
Just roll with it.
Just roll with it. But then again, there's a lot of trending stuff. Instagram guys just bowed out. They resigned. They said they quit Instagram.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because Mark is breathing down their necks, trying to plug Facebook deep into Instagram. And this is I mean, it's not news because the WhatsApp founders themselves also left.
Yes.
True.
And they gave it to Mark.
Man, I'm beginning to believe everything happening on the internet about Mark Zuckerberg not being a good guy, quote unquote. You know. But then again, who am I to say? Let's just wait. I don't want them to ruin Instagram.
But it's business.
It is business, but imagine. Okay, let me ask you this, because I was asked this.
Okay.
Would you leave your billion, actually, because it's valued at $100 billion.
Yeah.
Instagram is valued at $100 billion. Would you leave your $100 billion company because you were acquired, and then your bosses or your new bosses who acquired you basically just started to take you on a new direction that you do not believe in? Like, would you do that?
I mean, it depends. If you think about it, it's like it was your child. When it was only you, it was your child. But when someone else comes for that baby, then it's like you are fourth string. So you don't really get to say. So I might leave if I'm not comfortable. I just might
leave all that money.
I mean, you'll be compensated. You have been compensated.
Yeah, but you're still making a lot of money.
I mean, continuous stream of money is a nice option. But if I'm not liking the way things are going and I feel I'm comfortable enough to leave, I'll probably just walk out.
Okay, so before we continue the conversation, let me announce the studio line 0302-216-541 if you want to call us. It's 0302-216-541. And if you want to send us a WhatsApp message, it's 0244-340-437. We're live on Facebook at Joy997FM and on Twitter. You can engage with us on Twitter at Joy997FM. So, Winston, you said you'd leave.
I could leave.
Could.
Yes, I could leave.
Specific.
Okay, if I'm comfortable. Like I said, if I'm comfortable with my current situation, I'll just leave. I'll just walk out. Yeah. It's not my child anymore.
You know what they said when they were leaving? They want to go and explore their creativity and their curiosity.
That makes sense.
Exactly, because they built it out of passion. Okay, so it's the passion that drives the app. The money will come, obviously, yes, but then it's the passion that drives it. So if it gets to a point where there's a T-junction and then it's going the way my passion doesn't go, obviously, I'll find and then explore more.
In these parts where passion really doesn't put money in your pocket.
Well, it brings the money. It's the foundation. It's
In
what
these
gives you,
parts.
yes.
In these parts.
In these parts.
That's what I'm talking about.
But over there, it does.
Yeah, but we're talking about these parts.
Okay, so you're relating it to
Yes,
Ghana.
Ghana.
Oh, it'd be like,
Okay.
it'd be like I would
It'd be like you go stay.
90%
Yeah,
or
yeah.
99%
You
don't give such money in such an environment.
Quick one answer. Would you leave or would you stay?
Well, depending on how much I will be losing or what I will be losing. Once you've given birth to something nice, you shouldn't just leave it that way.
You shouldn't leave it. So
Yeah.
you should have stayed.
Yeah, you should stay.
Now, KKO, you have experienced life there and experienced life here. Would you leave?
Well, if you look at what they are saying, I'm reading CNET right now, and they're saying that we are planning to take some time off to explore our curiosity and creativity again.
That's what.
So I'm sure something good might be coming out of this. But you should also think about how Mark got Facebook. Facebook was not for Mark Zuckerberg, right, in the first place.
Yes.
And look at how he took over. And he's taking over all of these things. That means he's trying to be the power player, the key player in these conversations when it comes to Facebook, comes to Instagram, and it comes to WhatsApp. And if you look at it, he's tying all of these things together. So he'll be the guy when it comes to these conversations. But I don't know what these guys are looking to create after this, which could be much powerful because they have owned it, so they can create it again. But you should always think about it when they are leaving. I don't think they're leaving with $0 in their pocket.
Obviously not.
I'm sure there are some contractual agreements. There are different ideologies in which they can put in. And some of these guys, they walk away, but they still have stake in the company.
Yeah.
And they still get paid no matter what. They'll make money for life. Right? So money is not their motivator at this time. But if you're talking about us here in Accra, where money is what keeps everything going, I'm sure if the conversation was in Accra, I would stay. But if the conversation was somewhere else where intellectual property comes in, some agreements have been signed between us. Even if I leave, I still get paid.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could leave and still start something else.
Cool.
It shouldn't have the fear of leaving, right? Because it creates new ideas, creates new opportunities. Whenever there's a crunch or difficulty, new ideas come up.
But that's why you said over there.
Over there.
Yes.
Not in the African terrain. It's
Yeah, but
actually
even-
friendly.
Don't even say African terrain in the Ghanaian terrain.
But even if you're in Ghana, right, and you have the opportunity to have better agreements and it's enforced, you can still leave.
If
That's a conditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, if you look at it this way too, Facebook is losing money. I mean,
bleeding money.
Thank you. I mean, that best describes it. They're bleeding money. Mark woke up one day and he's lost billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and you want to come and, you know, like, I don't know how to say this.
No crying in Ashim.
Yeah, you come to use that virus that's affecting Facebook on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram. You know,
Okay.
Instagram is doing well. A lot of people are migrating from Facebook to Instagram
Yes.
because Facebook is suffering. You
Yeah.
know, and then now you're saying, I mean, they don't trust Facebook anymore, and you want to plug Facebook into Instagram. Then everybody's going to leave Instagram.
But-
I don't think he's being a smart
But think
businessman.
about it, right? If Mark takes over, it doesn't mean Instagram is going to survive. Because I always say this thing: you can build the best technology, and somebody will take it over, and within 2 days it can crash.
Yeah.
Because they are not the ideas behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So always people are rushing to grab stuff, but when they do get it, what can you do with
It was like when Microsoft bought Nokia.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
It was a blunder.
Terrible.
I think
Another
Mark Zuckerberg
example.
also tried to buy Snapchat.
Yeah, and then they said we won't
Yes, and
sell.
they won't
And
sell.
then
Yes,
he
they stood
ruined
their ground. And then he ruined them.
Turned
Actually,
Instagram into a Snapchat,
Snapchat.
weapon.
Yeah.
So now you realize Snapchat is actually on the low now.
They just actually gained 2% of stock. You know, they went higher by 2% when Facebook dropped.
But I mean, Facebook already has some plugins with Instagram
Yes.
in terms of
Yes.
ads and stuff like that. So,
yes.
I mean, they've already been working in the background, stretching their
That makes
fingers into
sense.
it.
But imagine that you're now getting Facebook notifications within Instagram and getting Instagram notifications within Facebook.
I mean, we already kind of get certain interesting, like just today, a very funny thing happened to a friend of mine, like just today, where we're sitting down watching a movie and we're just hanging, and then he goes, I've been added to a group, and the group was called Sweet Sisters, and he doesn't know anybody in the group. And it seems it was his Facebook because he had his contacts on Facebook, so he
Sent
just
to it.
got added to a random group. So, but we told him to stay. Let's see what Sweet Sisters is about.
And
You don't
on
have
that
to
note,
comment.
I'll read our first.
You don't have to comment.
On that note, I'll read our first question. Good evening. My name is Justice from Kwabinya. My question is it possible to decode a phone of an unknown brand and model? I found this phone in a Korean used car. It only has a logo. It doesn't fully boot. Also, it requires a SIM card, display, other info. I even wonder if it will be in English.
Only works in Korea.
Quick one, answer. This is your field. Korean phones.
with
Don't
the,
they-
with the English wondering, even if it's not in English, we can flash ROMs
flash,
to
mm.
make it better. And but with the decoding, most of them are CDMA phones
Yeah.
from Korea,
Yeah.
and they don't
With the
really
pole.
work.
Yeah. They're like Sprint in other countries.
Yeah.
A little one.
So-
He said it's of unknown brand. I mean, those who
It means-
decode phones, they actually identify the brand and
Yeah,
get
and
the
they-
firmware
I'm sure
to
it's
unlock
Docomo.
it.
It will definitely be from a carrier.
Mm.
That's
Well,
when
yes.
it doesn't have a brand. The
Yes.
carrier's just so. Justice from Kwabenya. If you heard quick one and say it's a dicey situation, just take it to one of the phone guys in Circle and then ask them. I'm very sure it may not work, but you could try your luck. So, in other news, the fruit company called Apple has released the iPhone XS and an XS Max. We're not going to talk about the two phones.
Tennis, as they would like to
Yes,
call
the
it.
10S and the 10S Max.
Yes.
These are very awesome devices. Like I was really impressed when I watched the launch. I'm not even impressed by the phones as I am impressed by the Apple Watch.
Yes,
Yes.
That I agree
The
with you.
first ECG device you can get off the counter.
The Apple Wear has been killing it in the smartware industry.
has.
It's the best smartware
Yeah.
we have. It is.
I
I'll
just
give it that.
wish they would make it allow it to work on other platforms.
Then that means that iOS will start working on other platforms. Yeah, never gonna happen.
Yes, because they will never be open
But
source.
then again, it's a great device.
It's amazing.
And I watched some videos online about the battery tests between the 10s, the 10s Max.
Oh yeah, I did watch that too.
You know, the Oppo, the OnePlus 6, sorry,
Six.
the OnePlus 6, and then the Note 9.
Yeah.
And boy, this battle between iOS and Android would never end. In the comment section, like,
I mean, the comment section. I went through the comment section, and it was interesting. They did have some points. The Note 9 was running 2K, about
Yes.
2K, whilst the 10s Max was running way below.
yeah.
And the Note 9 was pushing more pixels, so that's
Exactly.
why it was. But the thing is, the iOS software is very light,
And it's very well optimized.
Yes.
so they can tell you we are giving you an hour and 30 minutes more, and they've just reduced the size and the battery drainage of the app.
But that's
and the
just
system.
speculation.
Yeah,
You're
but
just speculating.
well, I mean, it's not much of a speculation if the battery has reduced in size.
Oh yes, there's that too. But the thing is, come to think about it, the difference wasn't too much. It was just about 5 minutes difference between the
10s,
10S and then the Note 9.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
So yeah. And okay, so there's more news. Google Pixel 3 XL next month.
So if we
Yeah,
can finally
that-
say it's not a rumor. Or it's
Honestly,
not a tease.
I'm looking to laugh at our producer right now, but I can't see him. So,
Oh yeah, unfortunately our producer is unwell, so he
Oh.
yeah, he's
get well
recovery.
soon. Yeah,
get well soon and log Geek Della.
yeah, get well soon so we can laugh at you. Yeah,
Yes, I mean,
because
We
It's a
were
package
thinking it
laughing at
was not gonna come out
Yes.
with such a large notch,
but it is
but
It is
apparently
actually
it is
coming
gonna
out.
come out with
it's
such a
very
large
tragic.
We do hope that the notch is. If you're listening to us and you don't know what the notch is, if you have an iPhone 10, 10s, or 10s Max, I mean, if you're wealthy enough to have a 10s, as
10,000.
10,000
10,000 Ghana cedis.
it's for the rich.
It is.
The iPhone is for the rich.
I mean-
So if you're rich and wealthy and you have a 10s or 10s Max, you see that black bar at the top,
The haircut.
the haircut.
Yeah.
That is the notch. And Google, the largest search engine company in the world, has created the largest notch on a phone.
Embarrassingly. Very embarrassingly.
Mm.
I mean, Google, of all people, should have known better. But I feel like, well, when they rolled out the Android P and it had notch support,
Mhm.
we should have been aware
Yeah.
that this was a possibility. But I'm just disappointed.
And I heard Huawei is going around giving power banks.
Oh, that was very funny.
Yeah, so they're giving power banks to people who are queuing to buy the new 10s and the 10s Max.
Yeah. And what they've written on the power bank was actually
Yeah,
interesting.
you'll need it.
You will need it.
Like, that's some serious savagery.
Yeah.
the tech, that's one thing I love about the tech industry.
Everybody can mess somebody. Everybody can mess somebody up.
Yeah,
Easily.
I mean, when the 10s was released, they they just said, "Thank you for keeping things the same. See you in October." That was the greatest shade since they moved up to the second most,
yeah.
second largest seller of smartphones. They've been very, should I say, disrespectful.
But
Yeah.
they've been bold.
Very emboldened by.
empowered.
Yes,
Obviously.
You know,
It's been
numbers do a lot of work.
Numbers
man.
do a lot
of
They can really empower you.
Yes, they've-
Imagine if you had a lot of numbers in your bank account.
bro.
You wouldn't mind.
I will be out
anybody
here.
say.
Money makes the world go round.
Oh, so you wouldn't be here if you had a lot of money.
No, I will be here, but I'll be out here. Like, man.
You calling?
And as if that wasn't enough, Xiaomi,
Yes.
the Chinese,
Giant.
the Chinese version of Apple.
Yes.
Because these guys literally
Copy.
create carbon copies of Apple's devices.
No, Chinese create carbon copy of everything.
Okay,
I mean, they even create
that's,
the
that's
device.
a better way to put it. I mean, a carbon copy of everything.
these guys say if they actually came out with their own 10s, 10s Max, and,
Naturally.
10, and they're not phones. 10R, they're not phones. They're saying that for the price of the 10R, they'd give you a laptop, a Xiaomi Mi 8, Bluetooth wireless headset, and then a health band.
That's a great deal.
Yes. For
You can't be Chinese.
I'm like, when I saw this, I was amazed. You're giving 4 devices for the price of one.
One.
Because everything is made in China.
Yes.
I mean,
And what even kills me is the specs of the laptop they're giving you for the price of a 10s Max. It's an i7 with like 4K screen and
okay.
NVIDIA graphics.
That's
Yes,
that's
intense.
these guys are like,
That's a game.
everyone is taking a hit at Apple, but you can't. I mean, you guys.
But it's a competitive market, right?
Very.
And there are 300 million people alone in the US, and a few billion people around the world, especially in Asia.
Yeah.
And Asia has managed to keep a lot of these markets to themselves, especially Chinese market, because it's a billion people over there.
Over a billion.
Yeah.
So even if you should launch anything and you fail badly, at least you have 1 million people buying your stuff, and that is good business, right? So, and now if you look at the China agenda, which is trying to be a superpower by 2020 and doing a lot of business here in Africa, especially in Ghana and other places. They are aggressively selling us almost everything that they can sell us, especially electronics, because electronics don't last. After a year or two, you want the next new thing. So even if they are taking their billion people in China and the billion people on the continent of Africa, that is a huge market.
Yeah.
And if as good or as bad it is, somehow they sell.
Well, they have to sell.
Yeah.
The price is actually compelling enough.
Yeah. So let's say, listen, if I can give you one phone, which is called an Apple phone, I can give you 4 devices for the same price.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 compared to 1, everybody go for 4.
I mean, when you talk about the prices, I'm just wondering about the next Apple phone, that next iPhone, because with the trade tariffs and all the battling, it's definitely going to affect the prices of these devices. And now the most expensive iPhone is about $1,500. So what next?
For $1,149 something.
Yeah,
like that. Plus taxes.
Yeah. So
I just, one thing I'm trying to understand is that it doesn't cost them this much to make these phones. All these phone companies, it costs them about half the amount they're selling the phones for.
Yes.
And yet we have people queuing to buy them.
well, branding is the other half, I guess.
So it teaches us something. We need to learn to brand ourselves and
Oh, me-
market
honest-
ourselves very well.
Honestly, iPhone has taught me a very good thing. Start very well and relax. Just let your brand do the rest of the talking. Because they used to be innovative, but now, not so much.
It's still your opinion.
No, but you see, it's opinion based, right? Actually, but you see, Apple has done a very good job. They make it sleek and simple, right?
Yeah.
Once you make technology easy for people to use,
They will
always come back to you.
Always. Always.
I've been using Apple laptops since 2010, 2011, and every time I get onto Windows, I get confused because I think it's too bright, there's too many things happening. But Apple is simple. I just click on this, it works, and it's been working.
That's the thing.
Ease of
Apple
use.
just works.
Ease of use.
I mean, Apple works.
Apple just works.
Yeah.
And I don't think, let's say if I make an Apple phone for $500 and I'm selling it for $1,500, it's justified because think about the marketing expense. Right, they are placing ads on Super Bowl, which is like 30 seconds for $2 million and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we have to pass on the cost to consumers, and the consumers are happy to. I've seen people line up with blankets at night,
Yeah.
Yes.
in the middle of the rain or snow, willing to go buy an iPhone. And people get shot and stuff over an iPhone. So I mean, for some reason, it's like I said, it's like a shortage of very important commodity, and people really want it year after year after year, and it's just quite
It's
amazing.
become a cult.
It is a cult.
And gradually this conversation is becoming another iOS versus Android.
Yeah.
I was even
into
wondering
something else.
I was even wondering if they really buy it or they rent it.
On this bombshell, I'll read this.
Well, if you look at the legal, you don't own it. You don't own a device.
Yeah,
They can-
True.
Yeah, I think there was a legal case on that, and they can subpoena you and take it from
Sure,
you.
you're not buying it.
So, hi Geek Squad. I have Huawei Ascend G7 bought from China. The Play Store together with the apps are all in Chinese.
Obviously.
How can I decode it? So,
Sorry.
these China phones, man.
Yeah. Well, it's an original phone. You can decode it all right, but with the Play Store, you have to re-download them. And you just don't have to re-download only the Play Store, the Play services, the Play games, and a couple of few things in addition before it works.
But there's a Huawei service center in Ghana, so you can actually go to the Huawei service center and they could help him out.
Yeah, we find out what.
It's always good to go to the manufacturers of the device because that way you don't void your warranty. That's if you have warranty
Yes.
on it, and you don't end up messing something. You
don't
can
wanna
hold
mess-
someone responsible when they mess something up. So you can look for the Huawei service center.
I think it's in cantonments.
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Well,
I don't know. No, that's the main office. That's the head office.
that's the main. Yeah, that's the main office.
Yeah.
On your way to Morningstar.
Yeah.
I think they have an office at a shop at the mall. They have one at Osu. and then one in Maranda Asylum down.
Yeah.
So once again, I'll announce the phone lines. If you want to call us 0302-216-541. If you want to send us a WhatsApp, it's 0244340437. We're answering tech questions today, and we're talking about what's trending in the tech world. So 8K televisions have become a thing now. We're not even done with 4K, and these guys have already sprung 8K. If you're listening to us and you don't know what 8K is, your TV right now, I suppose, and I'm hoping, with the advent of digital broadcast, you're using an HD TV, 1920 by 1080p.
Yeah.
4K, as the name suggests, is 4,000.
So 4 times that.
So 4 times that. Now 8K is 8,000. So 8 times that.
Wow.
And we're not. If we don't. Do we have good? On this note, KKO. Do we have any TV stations broadcasting in HD besides the digital satellite ones like DSTV?
None that I know of.
So everyone is still broadcasting at 576p on a 1080p TV,
Okay.
and now technology has brought us 8K TVs.
I mean, there were 8K cameras. There've been 8K cameras for a while now.
Yeah,
Red.
but do people have the, are people-
Capacity to appreciate.
to appreciate that content?
You find content.
4K movies online are like what? 40 gigs?
Yeah, just play video games.
But then you should think about it, right? The people who make these things, they make it for a specific market. And I don't think most of the time when they're making these devices, as powerful as they are considering some of us at the point in which they are developing them. But they kind of break down their markets into different segments, right? They have the African markets and the kind of things they bring to Africa, and they have the European markets, and they have the American and the South American markets. So I don't think their idea is to bring their 8K televisions here.
But trust me.
But I know in Ghana, people will go and buy the 8K, which was like half of the electricity bill, and they'll still want to use it. So if it works for you here, sure. But I mean, we're not even broadcasting in 8K yet, so not sure.
We've got a call on the line. Hello. Hello, Kwame.
Hi.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Sure. I just want to direct to the Huawei Service Center.
Great.
Yeah, it's at the Haji Adufe Plaza opposite the Iran Clinic.
Yes.
If you have a Huawei device, you go there. Whatever problem you have, they'll be able to sort you out perfectly. If it's under warranty, they'll order for the replacement of the part for you, and they'll do everything for you.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You have officially earned a Geek Squad title. So, thank you very much, Kwame, for your contribution. It is very much appreciated.
Thank you, boss.
And keep listening. So, yeah, we found ourselves a Geek Squad listener. So, I mean, yeah, technology, I think sometimes, not that sometimes, the technology is there. They're just releasing them to us in doses.
Yes. Yeah.
I can bet you there's probably a 20K TV out there already that they've developed, and they just, waiting for us.
Honestly,
we catch up.
I wonder how that would look. Because the density of pixels. Yeah, I mean,
it just look like you.
Because I watched a video where the guy was talking about the fact that humans can't really appreciate even 4K.
Exactly. Even 2K.
Yes.
You can't descend 2K from
any other thing. So
Kuma, you're just trying to say that AGI is available, Artificial General Intelligence.
Go call on the line. Hello.
Is it available?
Good evening.
Good evening, Philip.
Philip speaking from Labadi.
Hi.
I'm a technology novice, and I want to know what a podcast is.
Okay.
And how can you get a podcast of a program? And then my second question is, what is so special about Samsung Note 4?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So he's a tech novice and he wants to know what podcasts are. Who's taking this?
I guess I'll take it.
Okay, Mr. Podcaster.
Well, I don't have a podcast, but basically a podcast is kind of like a recording of a subject matter and you put it on different websites. You can have it on SoundCloud, you can have it on Apple Music. I think Spotify is going to be allowing that now because Spotify is allowing anybody to upload.
We're going to talk about that.
Yes,
so when you're done, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so you can get access to a podcast. I mean, if you find the link, but you can search on SoundCloud, which is the most common place to find podcasts, or the cheapest, let me put it that way, because on Apple you have to pay. So a podcast is just a recording of a subject matter. So you can have a church preaching as a podcast on SoundCloud,
your own ranting,
or your own thing.
We've got another call on the line. Hello, Jerry.
Yeah, man.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Well, I've been looking forward for this great opportunity.
Great.
I would like to use this platform to try and meet a couple of Geek Squad members so that we can create something for the help of the health center of Ghana, that is our hospitals and our clinics together.
Great,
I have an idea, but I'm not an IT guru, but I have a vast idea on certain things we can do. And I need the help of some of them so we can sit down and do that.
Cool.
So how do I get on board and how do I get them?
So we have a Telegram group where all the squad is.
I'm not on any of these Telegrams because I'm not much versatile into some of these areas.
Okay, so you're not even on social media?
I am on the WhatsApp platform, but like the Instagram and the other platforms, I'm not on it.
Okay.
You know, I do read a lot about some of the negative things that happens on some of these platforms because of the wrong usage of majority of the users. So I hardly try to put myself there.
Okay, so you're just being protective of yourself. That's understandable. My producer will get in touch with you. So just stay on. My producer will get in touch with you and tell you how to get in touch with the rest of the Geek Squatters.
Oh, okay.
Right. Thank you for calling. We've got another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay, so we lost our call. Yeah, so back to the question.
What was the second question?
The question was, something about the Note 4. Is that what's so special about the Note 4?
That's a throwback.
Yeah, it's like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Yeah, about
There's
5.
one here.
Oh,
yeah. Pandora's box. So give the.
Please don't tell us. Yes. Oh, yeah, the infrared thingy.
Yes, it still has. It has. Yes,
the last phone.
I think it's very nice
from Samsung.
You know,
yes,
very
to
nice.
come with an IR blaster.
Yeah,
yes, it's robust. I mean,
large screen.
Yes. Large screen. Yes.
Samsung, if you're listening, please bring back the IR blaster, please. I'm using my, begging voice. Please bring back the IR blaster. Pandora, now answer that question.
Okay. A Note 4 is like any other Samsung phone.
Don't be a fanboy.
I'm not a fanboy. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. I mean, as flexible as it is, you can fiddle with it. Open source, obviously. I have a custom ROM on it.
This person probably does not know what a custom ROM is. He just wants to know the basic special features of the phone.
Okay.
No, you want to give him a PhD in Android.
32 gigabyte internal storage, and you can also put an external storage in there. 3 gigabyte of RAM, and
the camera is good.
Camera is good.
Battery life is good.
Battery life 322 milliamperes. It's good. I get an SOT 8 hours.
Dude,
on my device. So
SOT in journalism is sound on tape.
Okay, screen on time. I mean, when I have the device on with the screen on, I can get as long as 8 hours.
That's very impressive.
8 hours, yes.
That's quite impressive.
Yes.
And I must say, it also has a removable battery, so you can buy a spare battery and then keep in your pocket in case of
if I should line up the number of batteries I have 6 of the batteries. 2 actually for my day-to-day drivers, and the other 4 is for when I'm flashing the ROMs on it. And by the way, if you're using a stock ROM, the battery will last more. The custom ROM.
Stock ROM
Stock ROM is the official Android firmware by Samsung, which came with the device.
Hold that thought. We've got another call on the line. Hello, Prince.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yeah, I listened to your program I think last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I was really impressed.
Thank you very much.
Okay. The point I want to make is that I'm a technician. And the last time people were talking about people who had iPhones and their screens were replacing them. So I think the screen was ink spread on the screen and other stuff. So I just want to make it a comment that I service some devices, so I don't know anyone who also have a problem with iPhone. Sometimes some of these iPhones, okay, goes off and then no one can repair it. Sometimes too, they go for flashing and then they have or get error messages. So just want to chip in my comment.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, Apple is not perfect.
Yes, please. Thank you. I also do other devices that is totally off.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
So thank you very much for calling, Prince.
Okay.
And keep listening.
Okay.
So we've got another message. Hi, I'm Paul from East Lagos. My question is that how do social media companies like Facebook, Twitter, etc. make money?
Ads.
Yeah.
A lot of
your
ads.
data.
Yeah, your data. Yes.
Your data.
When I was doing some research about Facebook after this whole Cambridge Analytica scandal, and I never knew that we actually have values. Like we, the users, are valued.
Yes.
And we are so cheap in Africa.
Our digital image is actually not
so cheap.
And they take a lot of data from Africa without paying for it.
Oh yeah, because we give it gladly. I know so many people don't have their privacy options set in any way. They give everything back to them.
And policies.
Yeah.
When was the last time you read an end user license agreement?
2 days ago, actually.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking the audience. We know the content of an EU.
I read it because the whole GDPR thing. The GDPR said that the policy should be shorter.
Right.
And I was reading, I was like, if this is short, no, it was actually quite lengthy. I was reading, I was like, wow, this is like a story. Like, I kept reading. And when I was done, it took me about 20 minutes to finish reading. I was like, this is not short.
At all. So that's the concise version. So you can imagine a longer version.
Yeah.
We've got another caller on the line. Hello, Papa.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. And welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Please, I'm using S4 and just Samsung S4. Just yesterday, I'm not getting the network.
Okay.
And I want to find out from your guest over there if they can assist me too. Yeah.
Which network? Which network are you using?
Airtel.
Okay.
I've restarted.
Okay, no. Airtel Tigo are having some issues. They've asked all users to come and replace their SIMs. They're doing some SIM upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you should go to your nearest Airtel Tigo office and get a SIM upgrade.
So it's not your phone.
Okay, thank you very much.
So it's not your phone.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Speaking of that, I mean, I saw this on social media this morning, and then one of my producers, Dennis, sent a flyer which Airtel Tigo had put out, which was saying that people should come for a SIM upgrade, and like the campaign should have been stronger. I think people should have received messages prior to this to let them know that hey, we are going to be doing some, overhauls and everything. So when you start experiencing issues, come for a SIM upgrade.
I mean, even a simple text message, because they text you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They text you for everything. They don't want to take your money.
Every single thing they text you, and then
one of these days we're going to do a show with the telcos. So the telcos, if you're listening, we're not going to bash you. We're just going to have a conversation. We want to find a lot of people have.
I'm sure KKO should be here.
Yeah, he will facilitate that.
Yes, he has to be here.
So I've got another question. Hello, hashtag Joy Geek Squad. Hey, that's our hashtag. I have a Galaxy S5 and there's a fault with the charging port. Took it for repairs and I was told if the port is to be fixed, the screen will not function. Well, is that possible?
Yeah, it's very, very possible.
Oh, right.
Yeah, for the S5 actually. Yeah, most of the repairers trying to change the charging port, they end up even cracking the screen.
So what's the best way to do it?
There are people who can do it.
Okay.
They will just charge the person very high. That's all.
And such people are you. But you stopped. So you'll have to find a professional repairer. I mean, I'm obliged to tell you to take it to the Samsung Repair Center because they are the manufacturers of the device.
It makes sense.
Yes, they will charge you more.
Yes.
But then, like I said before, you can hold them accountable when they mess up your screen.
True.
So, yeah. Any more questions?
But then all these users, right?
Yeah.
Who are using all these devices, how are they benefiting from it? Because I feel like we on the continent are always aggressive to pick up the latest device.
Yeah.
But how are you using it to the best of our abilities, or how are we using it to enhance ourselves as people? Are we using it for business? Are we using it for education? Are we using it? Well, how are we using all these devices? Because if people are just like happy to get a new device, take a few selfies, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of even the selfies, I know a lot of people using the latest smartphone and they don't even know some of the features in the cameras. So we've got another call on the line. Hello, Kweku.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Kweku. I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. So I mistakenly poured water on my laptop, the keypad. And I think somewhere along the line, the motherboard had a problem.
Wow.
So I sent it to a repairer, and he said that he needed to clean the motherboard. He did that all right, but what I've realized after I took it from him is that the USB ports, all the 3 USB ports are not working.
They're fried.
Plotting a pen drive, it doesn't respond at all. I don't see any response on the screen or anything of the sort. I want to guide to help me ask you about it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we'll answer that in a bit.
All right.
We've got okay. So yes, water damage. Quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
We've got another caller. Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Is this BB?
Yes, BB from Gawi.
Welcome to the show, BB.
So quick one about the user who called on the not having a network on
Airtel to go.
Yes. Obviously, we all know they're having a problem, but first thing he can do at home is to basically change his SIM with another SIM just to be sure it's not his device that's messing up. And then he goes ahead to go to the shop and work on his SIM.
Great.
It may be the device anyway. Troubleshooting first level at home. And then secondly, you guys are absolutely right. I think Africans, most people use only about 20% of the features of their phones. You get a new phone because it's the top thing, but most people don't use more than 20% of what the phone can actually do, including the camera settings like you were mentioning.
You're even generous. I would give them 5%.
Yes, I see that thing. But I wanted to find out when your show would be talking more into cyber, future of cyber related issues, so we can listen in, because it looks like Geek Squad is focusing on gadgets a little too much.
Yeah, so next month, actually, Cybersecurity Awareness Month, so we will be doing a whole month targeted to cybersecurity.
Great. We'll be tuning in.
Great.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
I had the opportunity to be in one of these cybersecurity conferences in Israel, and the Prime Minister just made a statement which kind of comes back to mind. He says, cybersecurity is a big business. It's a big business that is here to stay. So people should pay attention to it, because I think it's going to be a game changer in the near future, because everybody needs some kind of security since we are all heading towards this wireless and data intensive and device.
See how this man sitting next to you smiling? Yeah, he knows why.
Well, it's a good smile.
So, I mean, it's actually very true. Cybersecurity. Recently, there have been some banks that have been quote unquote attacked.
Yes.
You know, and some of these attacks are not even like, say, scripts or actual hacking. No. Just plain social engineering. People fall easily. Mobile money attacks are all social engineering. Today I saw a screenshot someone posted where someone had said, "Oh, you have deposited this amount in your account." He sent it and saying that somebody should tell him that he make wild pass.
But Spikey, hackers are changing the trend. Since it's easy to hack a human being more,
which is why we have you here to tell us what to do to protect ourselves.
Well, so next month,
you are in the hot seat to be telling us, because we need to protect ourselves. Constantly, people are getting hacked. And before I continue on this conversation, the numbers to call are 0302-216-541, and if you want to send a WhatsApp message, 0244-340437. 0302-216-541 to call, and 0244-340437 to WhatsApp. Yes, so back to cybersecurity.
Yep.
You know this thing that was going around? We're talking about it the last time.
What is that?
You have been visiting this adult website and watching these videos, and have been watching you.
Yeah.
And I have installed a certain software on your laptop that lets me track whatever you're doing, so I can actually view from your camera. That's what a supposed hacker is saying. And in short, all they're asking is pay me $1,000 in Bitcoin, else I'll release the video of you watching this adult movie and doing whatever it is that you were doing while you're watching it
to all your contacts,
because I have your contacts. This obviously is social engineering. And what makes it even scarier for some is because they send this email with one of your passwords. So then you feel like, oh my goodness, they have my password. I've been hacked. I know someone who actually paid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And what if it's true? What if it's true?
What if it's true?
Yep.
You know it's true when they give you evidence. You know your people. You guys like to show off. I wouldn't just say it if I have really done it. I will show you a screenshot that I've done it. You know, I'll show you a screenshot. I'll say, this is you. See? And not just use a password. I mean, anyone's... If you go to the deep web, we can get a list of usernames and passwords. And sometimes you'd realize that the passwords are old, you know. So we really need to educate people on the real attacks.
Hacking is an evolving thing, right? I mean, almost every big company that I can think of has had one or two hacks. I mean, the last one I remember was Target. New York Times got hacked. A lot of big guys got hacked. And there's different ways in which the hackers are getting through. So we just have to be cautious. We just have to have backup plans when these hacks happen, and we have to be aware that it could happen to anybody, right?
Okay, so we've got another call on the line. Hello, Richard.
Hello, guys. How are you?
We're fine. How are you?
I'm okay. As I called maybe on your show and taking the sound at the background, at the time you could not focus on what was going on, but rather on the sound. The second thing is that I have an HP laptop, Beats Audio, and I intend to change the case. Could you direct me as to where to go? And the third one is it to change the case?
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. We will answer that question in a bit. So I didn't hear the first question. Did anybody else hear it?
He was talking about some noise in the background of something,
Yeah,
but I didn't really get where he was.
But the laptop, he says he wants to change the case.
Well, unless broken.
Yeah, unless he gets a spare one and then he just take
Is it broken? Yeah, well, if it's not broken, he should just use that paper cover and then make it nice.
Basically, the things you can change on a laptop is the screen, the keyboard, and the case if you're lucky. If somebody has a damaged board and then the board is active.
Whose is damaged by water?
The water, yeah. So you can just call him.
So is it possible to track someone with telephone number without contacting the telcos? That's from Dex.
Yeah, no.
No,
totally a big
well,
no.
It's possible only.
Go on and say, we said we're not teaching people that stuff. We know it's possible in your area.
Whether it's possible or not possible.
Oh, yeah, so it's possible. Yeah. Thank you. But we don't know how to do it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, Dex, but it's rather unfortunate. The Geek Squad team sitting here don't know how to.
We're not permitted to know it.
And we are not permitted to know it. Okay, someone also asked about the Huawei Service Center. It's at the Adjoa Dufie Plaza, like the gentleman said, opposite the Iran clinic in Adabraka. That's Adabraka, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so hi Geek Squad. The future of warfare is cyber warfare. Today, China has the capability to interfere with or shut down communications, electricity and water supply in Ghana without even setting foot here. We have to get ahead of the curve.
Okay, is that true?
Is that possible?
Is that true?
It's not.
I beg to differ.
No, you know, to be honest,
it's not true.
One thing that I pride myself in when it comes to Ghana and cybersecurity is that because we do not usually go in the actual route, we're safe.
Yeah, yeah, we are not.
We're always cutting corners.
Yeah, we are not that deep in.
And we are using paper.
And yes, we're still.
We are not that.
Next week on Geek Squad, actually, we're talking about going paperless.
And some Ghanaian companies are so scared that even before they themselves get onto their server, they need to log into multiple servers before they get
into their own server. How did you know this?
I don't think you want him answering that question.
So, I mean, yeah. Hi guys, I'm a fashion designer. I need a good, not too expensive phone to be taking good pictures of the stuff I stitch. What phone would you suggest?
Okay, that's an interesting question.
What phone can you afford?
Yeah,
it's actually a matter of affordability.
Yes, which we have talked about extensively.
Yeah.
But
Just basically, it's not always about the megapixels. So don't be fooled when the marketing, they go like, oh, our phone has 40 megapixels.
Nokia.
You know, just read the reviews online, find out your budget first, and then, I mean, we need to know your budget, else we can't really help you. Otherwise, we'll all tell you to go and get either an iPhone 10, a Note 9, or Huawei P20 Pro. They have great cameras, but Google Pixel 2 XL before they
has the best. Yeah, has the best camera out there. So
hello, Asante.
Hello.
Hi.
Please, I want to ask a question. I have a 2011 MacBook Air, but of late I've been experiencing battery and the fan problem. I want to know where I can get a proper somebody to service it for me.
Okay. So, do you have another question?
Yeah, I said I have a 2011 MacBook Air.
Yeah, we heard that. Okay,
so I want to know where I can get a correct service center.
Great. So we'll answer that in a bit.
With the battery and then the fan.
Okay, so we'll answer that in a bit.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And we're almost out of time. So someone says, hi, the comment on China shutting down Ghana power is totally ridiculous. Ghana actually has a very robust cybersecurity system.
Serious.
Yeah. And I think that's... So...
What happened?
Okay, so the gentleman wants to know about his MacBook.
Getting it fixed.
Yeah.
I mean... Like
Apple.
KKO said, you could take it to the mall, but it's all up to your budgets. So, but a 2011 MacBook, I'm really wondering. I'm sure you get, but it'll be fairly difficult to get it fixed. But
yeah, that's like 8 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty old. But
oh yeah, KKO is still using an ancient MacBook Pro.
It still works.
Yeah, see, it just works.
It works. Yeah, I mean, I use an iMac to do my editing, and it works. It works very well. I'm not gonna.
It fits the ships.
But I mean, before we go, can we discuss something interesting?
Sure.
That Apple told us that the earphone jack is in the past. Hold on.
Hi, Geek Squad. Can the telco block a phone by the use of the IMEI?
Yeah.
Yes, they're supposed to, but I've had a lot of people complain that they've gone to them. They tell them to come with a police report.
Yes.
They take that, and still.
No, I think a warrant as well, or something like that, something from the court.
Have you ever done that before?
No, but you need.
You know someone who's done that before?
You just can't go blocking phones.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, let me come in. Do you know why they do block it? Most of the people change the serial number of the phones, especially the China ones. You can change the serial numbers.
Even the original ones. You can change the IMEI and everything.
Sure. So sometimes there are days when you buy, you have this 50 gig and certain things in addition to it. They change the serial number so that they can have access to the gigabyte.
Yes. Okay.
And then later your own gets blocked. That's not fair, I think.
At all. Okay, so there's another question. Hello, guys. Please, my Pixel 2 notification light doesn't work since I bought it. I want to know what the problem is.
Oh, the lady has given us her budget.
Okay, she said her budget is 1,000 per.
Someday inside.
I mean...
Yeah, so, think about a phone within the price range. I actually went to an Apple store, Blue Water Mall in UK, and when I asked the salesperson the difference between the iPhone 10 and the new one, the 10s, he just said there isn't much of a difference. Advice, the GSU should be sure they need a new model and not just waste their money. Edwin. I agree with you, Edwin, and this is something that I've been telling a lot of people. Someone actually asked me whether to get the 10R or the 10s, and I said you should get a 10.
Yes. It makes more sense.
It makes more sense.
Even the 8.
Yeah,
even the
8, because it still has the A11 Bionic chip, which is still working very well.
Yes.
So if you're an iPhone person, don't rush in for the latest phone. Wait for the new latest one to come, and then the price of the older ones go down, and you get it.
Yes.
Spending that much money on a new phone that you're not going to use, it really is.
Invest it somewhere else.
And when they say A12 Bionic, they actually don't understand what an A12 Bionic is.
Like I said, 5% of the phone's features they use. And all too soon, we've run out of time. I've got an idea we'll talk about off air. But Geek Squad will be coming to you on social media too. We'll be doing, some tips and tricks and news on social media. So stay tuned. Follow us on all our handles.
The lady with 1,000 CDs. I think a Samsung A series should be good.
Yeah, the latest 2018 A series.
Yeah, the A series. I don't know how much it is though. There's a new one with 3 cameras, which is very interesting. I don't know how much that is going to go for, but the A series should be good.
It should be good enough.
Yeah.
Or the LG G series.
For 1,000 CDs?
Yeah, not the latest G.
Okay.
We're talking about like the G.
The G5.
G5. Yeah. And those are affordable.
Or
the Nokia, the new Nokias.
Or Huawei. You can just go to these stores.
Yeah,
you get
Huawei,
to see
the Y series.
Yeah, you get to test
Y7.
them out.
Yeah, you get to test. So just go to the shops and then take some pictures with their phones, the ones on display.
Yes.
And then you can make the judgment for yourself. But like we mentioned, any of those ranges. So, yeah. Big thanks to you guys for coming in, Kwekwan and say KKO, Winston, and then the positive Pandora. You guys always, you come in, you come through. Shout out to my producer, Abe Kusan Kofi, and Dennis the fair boy who's not actually fair. And the actual producer, the Analog Geek, Della. I know you're listening. Please get well soon and join us next week. My name has been Kobe Spiky and Chroma. It doesn't change. It will still be Kobe Spiky and Chroma. And I'll be with you again next week, Tuesday. The show has been Geek Squad, and this is Joy 99.7 FM.